Hey friends, Hattie here from Honeybee Stampers. I am live on my Facebook page right now, and I will be going to be sharing this over to YouTube. But I'm live for happy hour with Honeybee Stampers. I hope you guys can join me. And if you do join me live while I'm on here, definitely hop in and say hello. Let me know you're here. Okay, trying to get myself all centered here. I've got an interesting project to share with you today. I'm going to be featuring the Thanks a Bunch stamp set. It's part of the celebration offering here. So these last few weeks I've been going through this catalog and showcasing the different product that's available in here, just to give you guys an up close look at this product to help you fall in love with it, one, or if you have it, to help give you some ideas to inspire you to be able to use it. And today we're going to be thinking outside of the box with this project. So I just need to make sure that I am centered on my screen and that you guys can hear me okay. Okay, I think so. All right, so what you see here is our host code for this month. So for every $50 that you spend, you'll get a free $50 item out of here. And if you spend $100, you can either get two $50 items or you can choose a $100 item. So here's our host code, EK6XXK43. So that'll be linked somewhere. If you're on my email list, then you'll probably see it there at the bottom of the email list, but just wanted to share that with you. Okay, and then remember that during the month of February, they've included some more items that are free options for you during celebrations. So not just stuff out of this catalog, but you can choose off of this list too. So don't forget about this list. All right, so for this stamp set, there's a lot going on here. We've got all these different sentiments here, and we've got some little images that are fun. They're two-step stamping, so you got a little bit more detail with the carrot there. And then these little tiny carrots, and there's just some really cute stuff. I designed a few projects using this. Whenever I design, I always try to use every single stamp in the stamp set. But this time I did not do that. I ran out of time. You know how it goes. So I did come up with a few projects for you, and I'll show you those at the end. There's just more stamping that I probably could do with this stamp set. And I have a set of team swaps coming in, and I think I saw a glimpse of a carrot card in that. So when I get that in the mail, I'll share that with you too. So let's see here. I'm just going to check over on the comments and see how everybody's doing. Well, hello, Honeybee Stamping Hive from Central Florida. Nice to see you. I love your name. Let's see, who else? Okay, so if you are watching and you want to comment, go for it. If not, I appreciate you being here. Okay, so let's start with our project. First, let me show you the catalog. Sometimes I like show you all the projects and sometimes I don't. So here's the stamp set. It's called Thanks a Bunch, and like I said, it's free. So you've got some samples that they've done here in the catalog. So this one is a pretty cool one. And this background of this designer series paper is actually from a new designer series paper pack that I shared the other day when I did my paper pumpkin alternative sample. And then we've got this one right here. Somebody's got to tell me what everything's coming up carrots means. I mean, I even Googled it. I must be missing something. It's got to be a spin-off of something else, right? Or is that an actual, I don't know, is that an actual phrase that people use? I've never heard of it before. So then we've got this one right here. I love this one because if you look at the strips of cardstock here, they've used all of these little pieces. So they use this one, which are a bunch of little dots. I'll show you on this here. They've used these dots here. They use these, which almost look like hearts, but they're like little splotches or dots. They use these lines here, and then what else did they use? Oh, and then they use the sprig here to come up with their own designer series paper, like background paper. I thought that was pretty cool. I actually really like that. I just ran out of time. Okay, so today's card is this one. This one is I guess I would consider it a masculine card, but I'm going to show you how I used masking to create this card. And if you haven't used our masking paper, it's pretty cool. So let's get started. I'm going to switch out the card base. It's like white card base, but I think I'm going to use the shaded spruce instead. So we've got a shaded spruce card base, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my basic white layer. So all the measurements for these will be emailed out to my email list, so make sure you're an email subscriber so you can get these. But I will tell you this was, let me get my little ruler out here. So I will tell you the measurements of these, but then, like I said, you can always refer back. So this was 3 inches by 1 3/4, right? And then we've got, so you needed 2 of those designer series paper pieces. And then I did 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 for these. This designer series paper comes from the, let me think here, not the In Color. It comes from the Regal's paper pack, which is this paper pack, which is absolutely just rich and delicious. So you've got shaded spruce and old olive, and I think this is Mary Merlot, crushed curry, garden green, Cajun craze, cherry cobbler, rich raspberry, this I think real red, and then we've got pumpkin pie. So this is a really beautiful collection of paper, and it comes in with two different papers with they're double-sided with the design. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words today. Okay, so you've got like the dots on one side and then the flowers on the other one, and then you've got this, I love this pattern, and then the stripes here. So that's what I used for this card. And then we're gonna take this piece, I think this piece is like 5 inches by, let's see, 3 3/4. So what I did, we'll start to kind of layer this, and then we're gonna get into the stamping. So what I did was I just placed the designer series paper so that just a little bit of the basic white is showing on these two sides. I'm kind of lining it up here. Okay. And then I'll do the same with this one. And I'm just going to line it up on the sides again. Okay. All right. And then we're going to do the opposite side of this. Okay, and then one more. So I think I did that. I got to concentrate when I'm laying this down. Okay, so I kind of messed up a little bit there, but you guys get the point, right? You can kind of move it around so that it fits perfectly, but I'm going to put a piece over it, so that'll be good. And like I said, we're going to use the shaded spruce. So this is the shaded spruce designer series paper, shaded spruce base. We'll see which one of these we like better. And then I'm going to take this piece right here. Both of these are die cut using our deckled rectangles dies, which are great for layering. I'm going to set that to the side for a second, but I'm going to decorate this one. So have you guys used our Stampin' Up! Masking paper? I used to always use Post-it notes, but now we came out with masking paper, so it makes it so easy to be able to work with. So here's a piece I was working with earlier. The reason I really like it is because it's got adhesive, a very light adhesive on the back of this entire piece here. And you can stamp on this and cut it out. And when I used to use Post-it notes, sometimes if I'm masking over it, especially if I'm using a blending brush or something like that, it might lift and then it'll ruin my project. But with this, it will adhere all the way down. So what I'm going to do, there's a crease right in the center that you can pull up to release the backing of it. I'm just going to cut a couple strips here. Just cutting 1/2-inch strips that I can use. I think I just need 2 for this. And I want to mask around this piece right here. So what I'll do is take off the adhesive, the back, so it's not adhesive, so that the adhesive is exposed. And then I need to move this over onto my black paper here. I'm just going to place a little bit of this masking, and as I get closer to the paper, I can kind of see through it. I just want a little border. Let me take a pair of scissors, and I'm going to use this piece on the side here. Okay, so I just want a little border around it. There we go. And then we'll do the same with this one. You just fold it in half and those pieces come right off. And then I'm going to do just a little, same thing, little border. Oops. Okay, and if you hold it up to the light, you'll be able to really see the paper, and if you're kind of even with your borders. Okay, so that's as good as it's going to get. All right, so there we go. I'm just going to place that right here. Okay, now I'm going to take a pad of balmy blue ink, and I have a blending brush here, and I'm just going to tap the balmy blue ink and add a little bit of ink on the brush and tap off a little bit, and then I'm going to start to swirl onto here. I just want that background. Sometimes it looks like I hardly have any on here until I peel off the masking. Then I'm like, oh, I guess I did put a lot on. So there we go. Just some blue across the top and maybe a little bit on the bottom. Okay, that's good enough. I'm going to take the sentiment Love You. We're going to ink it up in Shaded Spruce. I think I have a foam mat somewhere around here. There it is. When you're using photopolymer, you definitely want a foam mat. So I'm going to stick that there. I'm going to go ahead and put my sentiment down so that I know where to stamp. So far, so good. Oh, I need this ink. So now what we're going to do is take this little detail here. And where is that here? Okay, so if you look at this carrot right here, this detail goes on top of this carrot to give it that like detail. And then this right here goes on the leaf here to give it some detail. Well, I'm going to use it as grass. So I'm going to ink this up, and I want to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp as close to the masking as possible. I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to do it again. I went up just a little bit here, but what I'll do is if you turn this stamp upside down, it almost fills it in perfectly. So there, can you see it? Can you guys see that? Okay, so I kind of went too far. Let me start. I want to stamp. We're going to take off some of this masking, and you guys can see. Ooh, I kind of did a really thick line there, but that's all right. I want to stamp this stamp on here, and then I want to put another piece of masking over it. So let me just peel back some of this masking. Well, I don't need to do that. Okay, so what I did was I stamped this carrot already on some masking paper, and I'm going to peel it off here, and I'm just going to put this one right here because I know that I want to stamp there, and then I want to do another one. I should have actually put these on before I went crazy with the grass, but we'll put one right about here, and then another one right here. These are really easy to cut. Okay, and then one more. This one definitely, well, this is going to be a dark one, so I think it'll be okay. Okay, so now we've done that. Now I can go and finish up my grass here. Stamp off, and then on. All right, good enough. Now we can peel those out of the way. So if you remember to put these little pieces on first, it would make more sense because then the grass won't go over the tree, which would not look good. All right, let's go ahead and we'll ink this up. Pull that away. I am going to stamp a little bit higher than where I masked, and that's okay. Pull that off like that. Okay, we'll ink this up, and we're going to stamp right there. And then I'm going to stamp one more time right here. Oh, shoot. I forgot to put this back on for the second one. Okay, bear with me, guys, here. Now we're going to do this one, and then we're going to stamp one more time well, let's stamp off and then back on, and then one more. There. Okay, so if I would have put that masking piece back on, you wouldn't see that part right there. So there we go. That is the image that we're gonna create. It's simple. I think I made it a little harder than it needs to be. And then we're going to back it with the shaded spruce. It's also a deckled rectangle. We're gonna stick that right here. Maybe I'll put a ribbon or something right in that spot. And then we'll add it to this piece with some dimensionals. Now I know I grabbed some dimensionals. They're there. We'll put a few on here. I'm sure you guys have been seeing this carrot stamp set being used for a lot of greenery. I've seen them take the grass on the bottom and then put some of the dots on the top and make it look like flowers. All kinds of stuff. People are so creative. So I saw that and I thought, well, you know what? I want to share the masking paper with you guys and show you that technique. So there's that. And then I want to use some dimensionals to put this on the card base as well. I decided not to put a whole lot of embellishment on it because I want this to stay kind of a masculine card. There's that. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you. No mistakes, just opportunities to embellish. Isn't that the truth? So there we go. I think it still looks good, even though we got that little blip right there. So you guys will have to tell me if you like it on the shaded spruce or if you like it on the basic white background. And I did create some other samples that I want to share with you guys. So during our team meeting, we always do a mystery stamping project. And so I created these two projects. One was already done, and then one I did with them. So there's that. It's kind of a fun fold. And then this is the one I did with them. And this one opens up this way. And the designer series paper I picked for this as part of the celebration product as well. It's our, what is it called? It is called the, I can tell you, I have the catalog here. It's called the Dandy Design. So I featured this last week with our owl star, our owl stamps, and now I'm featuring it here with this card. Ooh, I do not know why I'm so tongue-tied. Maybe I need to eat something. Okay, now for this card, it was another kind of a fun fold. And I used some of the designer series paper from that paper pack that I shared with you guys here. So this was shaded spruce, and then this one is garden green. And what I did was I stamped all of these little carrots, and I stamped off the main image, and then I stamped full force, the same color, for the details, so you can see that. So this one is pumpkin pie. This one is Cajun craze. That is crushed curry. I did a calypso coral in there, and then a rich raspberry. And then I just stamped these. These two stamps come separate, so I just stamped them two different colors. This right here, I stamped an array of them on some scrap paper, and I fussy cut that out. And then that's that card. For these little carrots down here, so these carrots come all together. They're so cute. I just took our Stampin' Right markers and I colored them 3 different colors and stamped them, so that was fun. And then this was the card I was actually gonna design for you guys or do for you guys today originally, but then I decided, well, let me show you guys masking. So this one is just a cute card. I did, instead of stamping off the main image, I just did it full force. There we've got pumpkin pie and then rich raspberry. And then I just heat embossed that, added some twine and some embellishments. So there's that card. Super easy. These are cute and easy. This was fun. I hope you guys like that masking technique. So let me see if I have any questions so far. Hi, Jacqueline. Yes. You know what? This was the last thing I designed. Like I said, I was going to do this one first for you guys. And then I've seen so much of this. I thought, let me show you guys how you can do that. Something different. I do like them as trees as well. I've seen the bigger ones as trees. So that looks really cute. Okay. Let's see if I have any other questions. Hi, Linda. Yeah, you know what? This set was a little bit challenging for me. I didn't get a chance, like I said, to finish designing. I would have liked to have done something with just this stamp. And then, of course, some of the other sentiments. But I really, really liked the technique where they use these elements right here as backgrounds. So that would be really great. And then let me show you another card that I really like. If you guys wanted to do some more inspiration. This card right here, I really love this card. So they created this designer series paper by stamping all of those in different colors and then using some backgrounds. So I love that card. If I were to do another card, it would probably be to create something like that. Okay, so let me bring in my host code again so you guys can see that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was kind of a quick one. The masking paper is in our online store. The number is 155480 if you wanted to look that up. It comes in a nice pack with 12 pieces that are this size. And then, like I said, you can stamp on it like I did with these little carrots here. Well, yeah, carrots that I turned into trees. I stamped on it and then fussy cut it out. And you can also use them as strips. And so you guys can see how, maybe you can see how the strips created that border around it that just gave it a little bit more interest than actually just stamping it as it was. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will see you next week. I'm trying to think, what is my, oh, I think that I have on the docket for next week to showcase the animals on the farm. Here it is. So on the farm designer series paper is what I have up next. So I'm excited to share with you guys some projects with that. All right. Have a great weekend, you guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.